Hello everybody, Josiah's back today, and today we're going to learn about weather. But first we need to know, what is weather? There is a thin layer of gas that surrounds the earth, and it is called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is the air and the sky outside too. Weather is a short-term state of the air or the atmosphere. And almost all these invisible gases have different layers, and almost all weather happened in the first layer called the troposphere. Now the 5 layers are the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and the exosphere. What makes weather so fascinating is that there are different kinds of it. The state of the atmosphere, which means if it's rainy, cloudy, windy, or others, tell us what kind of weather we have. Now we need to know I have a fun fact for you. There is weather in space too. The electromagnetic waves that travel through space are called space weather. Now we need to know what causes weather. The sun. The weather is caused by heat from the sun. The sun warms the earth at different angles. Up in the poles where it's cold, the sun strikes the earth at an angle. Down near the equator where it's hot, the sun strikes the earth at the most direct strike. So that's why it's hotter there and colder in the poles. That hot air and cold air meet, then they start pushing on each other, which makes wind, and that contributes to weather. Now, do you know what the sun also heats up? The water. The sun doesn't only heat up the land, but it also heats up the water, and that's what we call the water cycle. Now let's learn about it. Once the water accumulates or collects in the land and water, it starts getting heated up by the sun and turned into a special gas called vapor. Now that special gas, now that means that evaporation is liquid turning into gas. Fun fact, snow doesn't have to melt to turn into vapor. It can just vaporize right away. That's called accumulation. No, that's called sublimation. Sorry. Next comes condensation. This invisible gas rises higher and higher till it gets to the top of the troposphere. Then it mixes with cold air in the troposphere and turns into visible water that we see as clouds. So, condensation is gas turning back to liquid. Now, don't think of these as 0-pound cotton balls floating in the sky, because one average cumulus cloud, this is a cumulus cloud, can weigh like 100 elephants stacked on top of your head. So how do they not fall down? I said it right here. First of all, they're not a big bucket of water. They're spread out. Second of all, the hot air rises high and carries the clouds so that they won't be falling down on us. Next comes precipitation. Soon the cloud becomes too full of water that not even the hot air can lift it up. So it starts letting go some of that rain and something called a thunderstorm. Now, that's what leads to rain, hail, snow, or something called sleet. Now we need to know what is climate, because we can't just lock out weather without knowing about climate. It's an important thing. So, climate is the long-term pattern of weather in a particular area. Weather can change from hour to hour, but climate is tracked for at least 30 years or more. Different areas in the world have different climates. Fun fact, scientists who study climate are called climatologists. Earth's climate has been changing dramatically since it was formed 4.5 billion years ago. These changes have been happening slowly, but the difference now is that it's happening faster due to the Industrial Revolution, and it's letting out a bunch of greenhouse gases. One type is carbon dioxide. It's the most common one. And scientists say that we have to work fast if we want to have a good weather in 2040. Some examples of severe weather are firestorms, floods, and tornadoes. So what do? How do we change weather? So how do we take action on climate change? First, we can plant trees, because you know how trees absorb carbon dioxide and let out oxygen, so that will help. It will absorb all the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and let out more oxygen for us. Number 2, here's how you can play a crucial role in conserving energy so that you won't put carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So, first of all, you can turn off your lights when you're not using them and take short showers, and you can walk or ride a bike or scooter instead of driving a car, because cars let out that. Or you can buy an electric car, because electric cars have lithium batteries which don't let out any smoke and won't pollute the atmosphere. It takes a lot of work to conserve energy in your everyday life. So we need to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Say it with me again. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's it for today. Bye.